shit.
Okay,
Come on.
welcome back. Let's talk to her. Outside help.
Watch, it's gonna be like...
Cutscene! It didn't warn us, so it's just gonna be a few minutes.
No major injuries then. Good.
Watch it still actually be like 20.
Shut up.
I briefed the recovery
Very common,
services
these
to them
episodes
on
go
their
for
way as
20.
quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuno Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Blah.
So here's what happened. I'm very sorry.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your
Little
original
shower
plan.
stuff, so
But
I
trust
may
me
or
when
may
I
not
say
see
you
you.
were right to
Okay.
send
Not
refugees
before you
elsewhere.
leave, so. Bye, Drew.
Bye.
Now,
Now,
been sighted
see you
within the
either
capital.
tomorrow or Sunday. Maybe
Perhaps it
both.
was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
He's staring at her for. Nod. Yep. Of course.
You did it. It's always Nod or Stormblood.
Yep. Because we
Or
can't.
head tilt confusion.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuno. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
He's got a very squinched up
Yeah.
anger face.
You didn't like.
Nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Sorry.
Any other, I doubt. You are trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent.
regaled us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the first while we wait.
Yeah, it's a really crazy story.
A lot happened.
A ton happened.
Dang train. Hey!
He heard it too.
Did you hear something just now?
What is going on with them?
What are they doing on Atheris?
Yeah, what are they doing on the planet? What was their naming convention? Puddingway. Is this Puddingway?
Yeah, it has to be.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
We can explain who that is.
It's in Pirate Town. Hey, look at that. The gang, some of the gang's here. She's a zombie. Pudding zombie.
Dawn may banish even the darkest.
Him and his Pikmin army.
And to this bitter
Yeah.
climb bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
I think you're shivering pretty bad there.
Yep.
Allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Atheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
So happy.
Oh, yes.
Say yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more. Hey, maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom.
Her angry face is adorable.
As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Oriange made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they thy distant collaborators indeed?
He's surprised he's been collaborating with them.
Well met. You'd be a member of the forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
Yeah, humbly, huh?
I bid you welcome, to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
Freaking pudding way.
Just wants pudding.
The moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loporrits made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
We're making fun of him by talking like him in these two decisions.
Good to have it back, or may the disciples vanish. You went with the top one, okay.
Yeah.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well. Wilt thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
They're gonna keep him back here for this whole.
Start moving before Urianger catches his death. Even I'm freezing out here.
Just some little background visuals for you.
Oh,
See?
I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
We're gonna snuggle them up.
Seems like it.
I accepted the quest. It took me 12 minutes to accept it.
They didn't give you any
Oh, but look, we're
warning,
back in
still-
Charlian.
Hi.
Let's go to the
It's
annex.
snowing here.
Yeah, it can snow here. The annex.
Well, they won't let you teleport over there?
Well, I need an Aethernet shard.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Doy.
They put me far from one.
Sprint. Ride a chocobo. Do something. Do 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 do.
Come on, go faster! We're almost there.
Scholars Harbor.
That's cool, I guess.
Akon's design.
Alright, let's see what happens. And then, no Elden Ring for you this weekend. You're in trouble.
What?
I didn't mean it.
I beat 2 major bosses so far. I have 2 great runes.
Good.
I found the lady that lets me, the lady that lets you respec.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the major bosses. So you had to beat her first to actually get the
And then you
ability to
did.
respec.
Hey, I don't want auto-scroll on these. We haven't seen Thancred in a while.
We have not.
That's a lot of stuff that...
We have a
The
lot
answer's very
to
big.
tell you.
Thankfully, we don't have to listen to our characters say it all.
Blah, blah, so I went back in time. I met
See, they like to fade out.
as Hermes.
Okay.
And I found out who's causing the final days.
What's wrong with your voice, Victoria? What happened there?
And we gotta go to space.
Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. See, there you go.
Yep.
Okay. Meteon. That's her purpose.
Yep.
Destroy Aetheris. We know what our foe is. There you go, Tyler. Seems pretty straightforward, huh?
I agree with Justinian.
There two. Find her.
Yeah, we gotta get back in contact with Highland again.
But we need to find a way to do that. Did she abandon her pursuit? No, but she's still out there, Meteon. She's waiting. Okay, Tyler.
Yeah, freaking Hermes.
What's the second condition?
The moon can get us there, I'm sure.
But what if she's too far? Maybe. Okay, so first we need to find a way to talk to Heidelin, huh? Who's that? Oh. Is it time to go?
Sounds like it.
Looks like we have an audience with them, Tyler. They're finally taking us seriously.
Hooray.
Hey!
I like Tataru. She didn't have a single line to say in that
Nope.
whole cutscene, but she was there.
She was there being cute for us. Alright, well, let's go over there. That sounds like a nice thing to do.
I gotta agree, but I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be like another 15-minute cutscene.
Look, I don't like ending episodes in the middle of quests. So the moment this quest ends,
That is true.
you're going to take a nap, a 15-hour nap, and then play Elden Ring for 19 hours.
I'm gonna eat some sugary snackles.
Hey there, hippie. Yes. Oh, thank you.
Like
Here
it?
we are. Yep. Look, we're here. Don't mind me, just gonna jump over their desk. Why can't our Congress building look like that?
I know, right?
I mean, ours does look cool, but this is pretty neat too. I like that curved desk. It does not perfectly curve. It's the same angle.
Because it's supposed to spiral out.
Alright, let's see what they'll say to us. Look, it gave us no cutscene warning. We'll be okay. I think.
Hey,
It's him.
our friend.
It's his name that's hard to pronounce.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. And by your leave, of course.
Not yet.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far. Agreed.
I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence.
Ad
The
hoc.
purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at their request on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
Here we come.
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzatar. The Satrap, whom we have informed the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose Charlian has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenor and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Charlian citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzatar was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
Oh, is it now?
Bloop, 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 bloop.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem?
They always do.
We solve everyone's problems.
We
We're
shall
miracle
devise a
workers.
means to improve the ether burner's efficiency on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Heidelin.
It was simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
They have a way to communicate with her.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfina.
Want to Sean?
Want to say, it's hard to say. Funny.
Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself.
It's true.
Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. Call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Do you think we'll get the votes?
I think we will. Because if they say no, how else can we progress the story?
Oh, you think?
A lot of people are raising their hands. I think we'll be okay.
And himself.
71 in favor, 28.
What a blowout.
The ayes have it.
The eyes
I
have
want to
it.
know who the 28 are. Let's punch them in the nose.
Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
He doesn't agree, but he is loyal.
Call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
So we gotta find fuel for the Ark.
Not
And
fuel. We gotta figure out a way to make it. Well, maybe it is a different fuel might do it.
Either it's a way to make it faster.
Yeah, come on. We gotta introduce that NOS.
Okay.
Space NOS.
Hey, you okay?
Yo, Alphino, do you know where to get some space NOS?
Yeah, do you know where Space NOS is?
So stupid.
We have to find out how it works before we can improve it, though. In the next episode, we'll work on the Aether Burner of the Ark. Bye.
Bye.